Bottom line is there are many community organizations from which to choose that can hire you and want to hire you. These are just a few right here in New York City. Okay, some of them focus primarily on services that involve people who are involved in the criminal justice system. Some of them help the families of people who are involved in our system. Some connected with women. Some women who are either criminal justice involved or have families themselves who might be in the system. Children of incarcerated folks. We have places here that will help the communities be better, to keep crime from happening in the first place. Center for Court Innovation, I'm looking at that one. That's for anybody who is a first-time offender, as opposed to putting them in jail. They actually help them and to make them and to make them better in terms of the resources that they had that got them into prison in the first, or got them locked up or arrested in the first place, and they give them alternatives to incarceration. Safe Horizon, of course, is the largest family mediation and family reunification agency that we have in New York, and they are always hiring individuals to help to try to connect their families, and they train them. There are so many here, and this is just a small sampling. What you want to do now is to strongly consider seeing if you can maybe lend a few hours of a week of services, where you may be able to lend a few services to some of these organizations, either as an intern or primary, or especially you guys in LaGuardia, possibly as a volunteer. I trust me on this. There are so many strong positive dividends that can come from volunteering. This adds more oomph. This adds more substance to your resume, because I know now many of you don't have a lot on your resume because you're pretty young, and some of you may have jobs that may not necessarily connect with what you're trying to do. You'd be surprised how an employer or prospective employer will look at the fact that you provided 3, 6, 10 hours a week as a volunteer to one of these agencies that you have in front of you now. Speaking as someone who used to do a lot of hiring and a lot of firing before coming to LaGuardia, many times the difference between two people with similar educational credentials, I will pick the one who did who did 6 months of volunteer experience in one of these agencies. So this is basically, a very, very good but quick snapshot, of course, with respect to how you may want to start to plan and understand just what's out there, and to how to strategize in terms of trying to find which cause, if you will, really means the most to you. Try to see if you may be able to do a couple of things on a volunteer basis that might be a good fit with that, and focus your attentions on types of criminal justice careers, be they law enforcement or career-based with nonprofits or something along those lines, that really makes you excited to get out of that bed in the morning, knowing for a fact that at the end of the day, what you'll be doing is going to be reducing the recidivism rate, uh, helping with the decarceration of our men and women who are now still victims of that mass incarceration. You're going to be enhancing, of course, the quality of life in your community. Really, really important thing too. When you do all this stuff, folks, and you're helping an addict get better, you're helping people get into the workforce, you're helping them with their GEDs, what you're also doing is you're strengthening the fabric of our community's families. Our families, especially in some of our lesser advantaged communities, your work will help so much to get that fabric of the family stronger and tighter, to the point where this will also have long-term benefits for our community.